Hello StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Dayshi and Elazer on Ulrena. In the top side of the map we have the red Terran player representing Millennium, it is Dayshi. And in the bottom side of the map we have the orange Zerg player representing True Esport, it is Elazer. So a nice TVZ for you today from two of my favorite players playing right now in the StarCraft 2 scene. Dayshi is a really very solid Terran player. He likes to use nukes against Zerg, so hopefully we'll see some of that. And Elazer shows that he is very excellent at Zerg versus Protoss. Haven't seen a Zerg versus Terran of his yet, but I assume he is equally proficient at that. So, Ulrena. The rush distance is pretty darn short, but this is a choke point, and this is a choke point between you and your opponent. These are the only two places you can spawn. It looks like a 4-player map, but it's not. There's a gold base right down here. I've only seen it taken maybe 2 or 3 times in the history of casting this map, and I've cast a lot of games on this map, that is for sure. It's just so far away and so hard to hold. I mean, look how wide open it is, too. It's so hard to wall off if you're a Terran player or a Protoss player, and Zerg, it's just, I mean, it's too far away. You want to keep your bases close together so you can defend. And that's just the way of it. Again, we could see it happen. I have seen ninja expands being taken at that gold base and help a team to win. But I'm not sure if that's going to happen today. Probably see more standard play from both of these guys. Hatch first into extractor into pool for Elazer. And it looks like a very standard, actually going to be a 1-Rax expand here from Dayshi, but not going for that Reaper play. And I can't say that I necessarily blame him. The Reaper is more of a scouting unit anyway. If you're lucky, you might get a drone kill. A standard play usually means you get a couple Zergling kills, maybe get a couple Kitty 8 shots off on those drones, but they regenerate their health, so in the long run, it's just not that big of a deal. So instead, Dayshi's getting a quick work, or a quick start on his Marine production, I'm going to assume. Let's see if what comes out of here, this barracks first of all, and it's going to be, yep, double Marine production on the way. Overlord wants to scout on in to see what's going on. Overlord number 1 is already here, scouting exactly what is happening. The Marines are going to rally right under that Overlord and try to kill it. Meanwhile, the expansion is coming up for Dayshi and a good drone transfer right here from Elazer. So what is Elazer going to do about this? He's going to go ahead and try to send some lings out, maybe try to deny this base. That's something I have seen quite a bit, which is why Dayshi should throw down a bunker sooner rather than later. A couple, 2-4 Marines, not really enough to deal with a big swell of speedlings. If they show up, a bunker is much more useful in that particular situation. Elazer, though, looks like he's just getting a small smattering of lings, not a huge count. Getting up a couple queens here too, working on that drone count too. It's 23 to 24 harvesters. He has the lead, but just barely, and he's going to go for a 3rd hatch. There it is, based on that mineral count. Bam! So a quick 3rd hatch under 3 minutes for Elazer. That's how he's going to respond to the quick expansion by Dayshi. Not going to try to kill it, but just try to get more ahead by taking another base and hoping that the Terran player isn't planning on something too sneaky quite yet. There is actually a tech lab coming up on that factory and a starport on the way as well. So there could be a Marine tank push coming from Dayshi based on this build order here. If he gets a tank first, and yeah, it's going to be a tank. So he might be aggressive here. And I'm not sure if he has enough time to wait for the medevac to pop out of the starport. Having a flying tank would be nice. It would be nice, but I'm not sure if he can afford to let Elazer sit here for as long as he is, making 4, 5, 6 drones at a time, continuing to get ahead in that worker count, 32 to 27, so that by the time the Terran army does show up, there's a huge Zerg army ready to defeat it. I like the Overlord spread here by Elazer, making sure any medevacs or Vikings that try to fly on past here will be spotted, or I guess Banshees are another concern. Dayshi is actually going for a Viking, not going for a medevac at all. So he's going to try to clear out some of these Overlords using the Viking, which is not a bad strategy at all. It's super annoying as Zerg to have to deal with that. And here come the Marines. Yeah, here come the Marines marching. Nope. No, they thought about it. They went down that ramp about half a step. Said, let's wait for our tank friend, and now it's time to push on out. These Lings might get a Marine kill, and they do. And they see the push coming here. What do they do to defend against it? In production are a lot of Lings. Elazer says, I'm going to make a whole ton of speedlings and hope this thing works on out. The tank is ready to go into siege mode as necessary. Some queens here. 4 queens, actually. Wow. 4 queens and 12 speedlings should be enough to handle this. The Lings getting right on top of that, too. They're going to go ahead and stab this thing down. Lings coming from all sides. Nice stutter step micro on display from Dayshi, but not enough. All the Marines are gone. Tank's not fast enough. Those get surrounded and killed. Once again, a nice hold by Elazer, who is supply blocked, as I think the Viking found the Overlord up here and did manage to snipe it. Does not find this one, though, thankfully for Elazer. Might push this one out, though, if he can spot it, and he does spot it just in time. He was just about to turn around, too. If the Queens get over here, they could probably save it. These lings and roaches are not any use at all. This queen very low on HP. And nope, not going to save it. Nicely done sniping down that overlord. And this one too. Elazer is no longer supply blocked, but losing this supply at this stage of the game really slows down his economy. Yes, he's making 5 drones at a time. Yes, he's up 44 to 40, but not as high as he could be. This Viking has definitely paid for itself with 3 overlord kills in the last minute or so. The great supply depot wall of China has been tossed up here for Dayshi. He's getting another command center. Wants to go for a 3rd command center as soon as possible here. Couple Hellions pushing on out. Not sure what mischief they can be up to, but in production are more Hellions. The more Hellions, the merrier here. Good shots by the Ravagers. Corrosive Bile landing too, and just losing the Hellions outright. Oh, Dayshi, where was your attention, my friend? You can't just lose those guys. Ah, so he just lost the Hellions. Now the 2 that he was making aren't going to be as good as they would be with the 4, with the other 2, the other pair that they had. A lot of reactors coming up. Reactor on a barracks, reactor on a starport, reactor on another barracks. So wants to get a lot of Marines going. I have to assume there's going to be medevacs as well coming out of this here starport. And it's going to be... doesn't have a lot of resources, but it's going to be medevac there right now. APM for these players, well over 200, well over 400 for Elazer right now. Hot dang. 50 to 58 on that worker count. A bit of a drop up here with Hellions and with Marines going after this worker line. Ravagers trying to come up here and deal with this by their lonesome. A queen stabbing away at that medevac too, forcing it to retreat, leaving the Hellions behind. They're trying to kill as many drones as they can before they are taken on down. This one already has 4 kills, which is actually super impressive. And he's managed to stay alive this long, but no, gets caught up too and is now dead. Workers killed is 6 by Dayshi. Not the most I've ever seen, but not that terrible either. Heading on over here is the command center. Here comes some Marines and a couple SCVs just to get the mining started on the 3rd base. Holding on to this area though is Elazer. Good creep spread thus far, and as I say that, he loses a creep tumor and another one too. So good little creep tumor clearing squad coming out from these Marines. No attack upgrades on them yet. +1/+1 has just started. Seems a little bit late, but that's okay. Overseer scouting on in, does see everything, sees the preponderance of barracks. Looks like Dayshi is kind of supply blocked just a little bit here. And yeah, he is 93 to 93, so actually fully supply blocked. A 4th base now on the way for Elazer. Small roach hit squad trying to come up and try to see what he can do about this particular base that he knows exists because he scouted it with his Overseer that is still alive and being chased by that Viking. Big roach ravager push here with +1 missile attack. That should be very handy in an upcoming fight. I think maybe he attacks at the front here and then moves in with the roaches when the army heads out. Oh, what a beautiful play. Beautiful play here. The roaches, no, they backed out. What are they doing? And then everybody backs out. That was shaping up to be a very nice engagement. I guess the tank was pretty scary, but tanks don't do extra damage against Ravagers. So I'm not sure what Elazer saw there. He's up 142 to 114 total supply. That 4th base is about 50% complete. He's going for a sub 8-minute hive. It's always so fun to see. Getting some infestors, getting +2/+2 on his roaches and his Ravagers as well. And +1/+1 is just about to finish for Dayshi, but not quite there yet. Good supply depot wall up there. Not going to be supply blocked anytime soon once those are finished, although he is supply blocked right now. Marines and Marauders trying to do some stuff, but the roaches and Ravagers will not allow it to happen. Again, the scary thing is coming through this narrow neck on your opponent's side of the base here, or side of the map here, just because you know there's a concave ready to destroy anything that pops out of there with the wrong colors on. Good Marine drop over on this side by Dayshi. We've seen this time and time again. Dropping on the high ground, attacking into there. Fully running away now in these medevacs are those Marines. It's 166 to 141 total supply. Here come the Marines. Going to go and snipe down as many workers as they can. Getting one there and then turning their attention to the hatch. They do have that +1/+1 now, and they have stim. Some roaches trying to come in and save the base. Can they do it? Yes, yes, they can. Excellent surround here, but just picking up, boosting on over, and the drop continues over here. Spore Crawler dodged. Nicely done there by Dayshi, actually. Picking up again, Corrosive Biles dodged, no big deal. This player knows what he's doing. Going to kill a couple more workers back here. 1, 2, and possibly 3 and 4. Yes, does get 4 before picking up, and a Corrosive Bile landing on his own roaches' heads. Wow, that was some pretty darn efficient play there by Dayshi. 16 workers killed. Income tab 68 to 65. Dayshi has taken the lead here just through his drop play, which again, a good Zerg, or good Terran player rather, is really good at doing here. Ultralisk Cavern coming up for Elazer. He's saving some supply for that. He's saving up a bunch of gas here too. He wants to make sure he has enough for the Ultras when they are ready to pop. Ultra Cavern doesn't take that long to build, only 46 in-game seconds. But if he can get them out before Dayshi shows up, I feel like it might be a big problem here. Good roach attack, counter attack here right in this mineral line, killing a few of these SCVs. 5 total, 6 total SCVs destroyed. Another drop attempt by Dayshi heading over this way, pulling up to consolidate his forces is Dayshi as well. So Elazer, there it is. 3 ultras in production. Chitinous plating coming up, +1 melee attack as well. These guys might just die unless they're... No, Dayshi paying attention. Nice fungal bile, though. Can he get rid of the other medevac? And yes, he does get it. Everything cleaned up there. Meanwhile, another big drop going after that Ultra Cavern. They kill the Ultra Cavern. And are they going after other stuff here too? Yes, trying to get down that evolution chamber. Another small group of roaches trying to kill stuff. They do actually manage to get a refinery. This hatch is in a lot of trouble. This is a lot of firepower from Dayshi. He does manage to take it down. Small groups of roaches trying to come in here and do what they can, sniping down a spore crawler. More and more roaches dying. Amazing concave here, dodging the corrosive biles, but an ultra pops out from the backside and a fungal holds them in place while the ultra just cleans house there. 3 kills on him already, whiffs with that other fungal growth. But Elazer does manage to clean up the attack. He lost a hatchery, which he replants immediately. It's 151 to 122 total supply. There's the Ghost Academy. Dayshi saw the ultras, said, "That's really fast, man. I don't know what to do in this particular situation, but go for Ghost." So it's going to be a while since they're available. He needs to hold with Marines and Marauders for the time being here. And once again, so hard to go through that way, which is why Elazer knocked down these rocks, giving him an additional attack path while Dayshi takes a 4th base. So it's going to be 4 bases to 4 bases right now, although Elazer doesn't have this one at all. Worker count is 57 to 67 in favor of Elazer. Those little roach counterattacks doing a lot more for Elazer than I expected it to do. Once again, just have to stutter step and kite to your full extent in order to stay ahead of these ultras that do currently have 3 armor. Chitinous plating, did that get restarted? It did, because the Ultralisk Cavern died. Oh, I almost forgot about that. Where did he replant it? Back here. So a bit of a safer location. Also making a new evolution chamber to start that +1 melee attack, which is also denied during the attack there. But 4 ghosts in production at the same time here for Dayshi. So he's going to be A-okay. A-okay. Now I'm worried for Elazer. These ghosts are out, man. They are ready to rock. A Nidus network on the way for Elazer here too. Corrosive Bile landing and killing a Widowmine. Good aim by Elazer there, trying to spread some creep here. Ooh, good snipe there on that Infestor, but a good fungal catching all of those Marauders and not able quite to get the medevac, which is A-okay. Still, nice cleanup there by Elazer, just holding his own here, continuing to make links. 32 links in production, 1 ultra, 4 ghosts being made at a time for Dayshi. That steady targeting ability is where it's at. Right here, 170 damage that ignores armor. It takes 1.43 seconds to get off. Here comes a Nidus Worm. If he can snipe down this Ghost Academy and a bunch of these workers, that's going to be a very, very profitable attack here. Coming up the ramp, going to go ahead and take down this base that is not even a planetary fortress. Single Ultra. Oh, does get a cancel. Actually on that steady targeting there. And, yep, going to take out all of these SCVs, all of these mules. Absolutely getting massacred. Another major attack. Steady targeting going down on top of everything. A lot of Ravagers are dying here, too. A bunch of Ultras still alive, though. But here comes the Nidus Worm. An Ultra pops on out, takes down the refinery. Ling's going after workers there, too. And heading back home is Elazer. Wow. The main bulk of Dayshi's army comes to try and deal with this thing. They actually are not going after the Ghost Academy, trying to kill ghosts that are popping out instead, going after Tech Labs. Here, pushing up from the backside is Elazer, and can he get it? Killing a lot of SCVs. I really worry about Dayshi's economy here. These guys are still alive inside the main base. Another ghost gets sniped down by these Lings, and once again, these Ultras on top of everything, but getting melted immediately. Woo! By the Marauders. Ling's coming up on the backside. A Ling is a great answer to this. Corrosive Bile landing and not hitting much of anything there either. The medevac's healing through most of this damage, but the Ultras and the Lings just laying waste to Dayshi's main base, forcing a full liftoff here. Another base has been completed for Elazer. He's just playing this exceptionally well, and that's it. The GG from Dayshi. Dayshi is defeated. Elazer is victorious, and he's our winner today. Whew, so well played there by Elazer. Dayshi, man, he had some really solid hits. Some nice drop work down here and down here, moving up into the main base, killing quite a few important tech structures that Elazer had, killing a ton of workers too. 73 workers killed by Elazer though, and that, I mean, at that point, that's pretty much it. I feel like this should have been a planetary fortress. It would have sucked a lot of the damage in from that attack that Elazer did, allowing possibly the SCVs and the mules to escape. As it stood, though, they got pinned against this wall, completely destroyed. Another attempt up here to mine was being disrupted by an Ultra, and there's just nothing left for Dayshi. He got the ghosts out, but they didn't do as much as you would expect them to do. Yes, they took out some Ultras, they took out some Ravagers, but the positioning was just not quite good enough. This Nidus Worm really wrecked Dayshi's plans. A lot of ghosts died in there. I wish I could see the number of ghosts that died, but this is not my normal interface, so we'll have to make do. But I feel like a lot of them that tried to pop out of these barracks just couldn't quite get it done, got massacred as soon as they were built, and in the end, that ghost count was 3, and that's just not enough. Not enough for Dayshi. Elazer takes the win for True Esports. So, that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.